Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome in Ray Dinkins, Violence Prevention Coordinator with the Women's Crisis Support Team in Josephine County. Ray, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so in case anybody doesn't know, tell us about the support team and what you guys do in Josephine County.
Sure. Women's Crisis Support Team is the primary domestic violence and sexual assault prevention, intervention, and safe shelter organization in Josephine County. So our organization provides, with our intervention services, a 24-hour crisis line, in-person advocacy, court advocacy, as well as we respond to police and the hospital in cases of domestic and sexual violence. We operate a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week safe shelter. It's an emergency safe shelter, a large, beautiful safe shelter in a residential area of Grants Pass for victims of domestic and sexual violence and their families. And then our prevention program provides a full range of prevention services to area high schools and community groups in an effort to reduce the incidence of domestic and sexual violence in our community. And so through our programs of prevention, intervention, and safe shelter, we're really trying to make an impact on the domestic and sexual violence issue in our community.
And you're going into those schools, you as an individual, you're going into those schools teaching kids, this is no way to go through life. You don't treat people this way. So tell us about the Rise to End Violence campaign this month.
So the Rise to End Violence campaign is, we provide all of those services through Women's Crisis Support Team free of charge to the community, but they do cost something to produce. And so the Rise to End Violence campaign is a fundraising campaign on behalf of Women's Crisis Support Team and supported by All Care Health here in Southern Oregon. And All Care has stepped up to the plate and offered a $40,000 match for any donations that we can bring to the table through the month of March. And we'll wrap it up in April. But the desire of Women's Crisis Support Team is to really make a push during this time to raise a good amount of money, knowing that All Care is going to double that up to $40,000.
Sure.
So we're operating on a budget that we have to raise close to $300,000 annually from Josephine and Jackson counties to support our programs, and this is a huge opportunity for us to put a large chunk of that to rest this year.
Okay.
And so.
Yeah, certainly, you guys are looking for all the assistance you can. So how can people get involved?
Sure. The way that Women's Crisis Support Team operates is we operate with a small team of staff and a large group of volunteers. So people are welcome to volunteer. But in the case of the Rise to End Violence campaign, if people just want to provide us with donations, they can visit our website at wcstjoco.org or call our office at 541-476-3877.
Okay, and so one thing I'm always curious about, and I always like to ask this for people who don't know, what do we do if we see some sort of act of violence? It's difficult for people to confront a complete stranger. You never know if they're armed per se or anything like that. But what would you like us to do if we see something that makes us uncomfortable?
Sure. We always tell people if they see something that makes them uncomfortable or it looks like a violent situation, not to necessarily personally intervene. If you see something, call the police, call 911. If it was nothing, they'll sort that out. If it's something, they'll be able to take care of that. At Women's Crisis Support Team, we really focus on the preventative nature of ending violence. And so with our programs, we believe that domestic and sexual violence are completely preventable. And because of that, if people would just stand, speak, and act in ways that reduce violence and promote equality, we can end violence in our community. Stand with survivors, listen to their stories, educate yourself, understand the dynamics of power and control. Speak in ways that build equality and justice. That's personal in terms of being able to monitor your own language, but also interrupting language that's not community building and not safe for everybody. And then act to build healthy, educated, and safe communities. And that's really what this Rise to End Violence campaign is all about. It gives people an opportunity to stand, speak, and act in ways that will end violence in our community through support of the programs of Women's Crisis Support Team.
So we as a group all individually need to step up, and that's how we enact change.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Ray, great to meet you. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.